There is a Two-Face story that is pretty old, but it's one of my most favorite Two-Face comics ever made. This comic book, just like Crane, you're gonna feel really bad for him too here. Kind of. Sort of. Hey guys. Sorry, I have been doing so many Batman stuff right as of late, but I think I'm having a phase of comic books right now with the Batman stuff, but I just love DC so much. I've read so much already, and I just can't stop talking about it. I'm sure my fate at some point is going to end, but there's one more story I really want to talk about today, and that's Two-Face. This story is also from the Mad Love comic book. Two-Face in this story, you feel sorry for him. Like, you really feel sorry for Two-Face in this movie. Or, sorry, Dent. Harvey Dent. So, it's kind of similar to the Joker story. Wait, no, sorry. It's not Joker. The other one I did of Crane. It's very similar to that story too with Crane. And this one, Harvey Dent is able to get, like, his face fixed up again. You know, like, he is now back to, like, well, he pretty much has, like, a very handsome face now. Like, on this side, it's like, it's no longer burnt. So that was really cool. They did the same thing with the Scarecrow story. You know, like, he went to Arkham and all that, but he was healing, then he was able to get out. Harvey Dent was able to get healed in his own way. So now he feels like he's able to go back to society and be himself again. And this doctor that fixed him up, he ends up falling in love with her. And they get engaged and all that, and then he runs into her twin sister that is evil. And he gets really upset about this because, of course, he's having a hard time trying to deal with his, I'll say, double personality, and the fact that there's now two sisters, two twins, is messing him up. And at some point, he runs into the other sister, the other twin, because again, they're very identical, and he thought it was his girlfriend, but it turned out to be the evil twin. And he gives in, and he ends up starting some affair with her. And it's eating him up from the inside, because he's cheating on his girlfriend with her twin. But he can't help himself because, again, he has two personalities, the good and bad side of him, and he likes it. And at some point he tells himself, I have to end it because I'm gonna get married to this very good person. I'm done. So he tells this twin, I think we should stop seeing each other. I'm done. She gets, like, freaking mad at him, tells him that my twin always gets everything I want. There's no way that this time around she's gonna get what I want. So it's a threat, obviously, but he doesn't take it seriously, and she leaves. Later on, he comes home and he finds his girlfriend. She had been murdered by her twin. This messes him up, and he sees a fireplace, and then he goes near it, and then his part of that face gets burned again. And then he is in, like, this dock area all by himself. That evil twin shows up, and then she tells him that she loves him no matter what. He looks at her, his face is now the same, well, Two-Face again. And then she tells him that she doesn't care, she still wants to be with him. Like, she doesn't care how evil he is. And then he is just staring at her, thinking to himself, man, she looks like just like my girlfriend. Because again, they were identical twins. Then all of a sudden, he shoots her. And then he's just, like, holding her body. And then he starts talking to somebody, and it turns out there was Batman behind him this whole time. And he just tells Batman, just take me, man, I'm done. I love this Two-Face story, because again, like Crane, with the other story too, he got healed, and he is able to go back to society again and be a person. He's able to be, like, normal again. He's able to be Harvey Dent again. And this woman gives him a second chance at that. Only for her, again, the corruption of Gotham. Her sister was evil, and she killed her to be with him, which is so messed up. But deep down, he really did love her, the good twin. But since, again, he had two personalities, he couldn't, like, resist both of them. Like, he just couldn't say no to either of them. And it's so interesting how they did this comic book. Again, it's really old, it's an old comic, but the storytelling is so well done, and it's just very sad watching this story, the story unfold, and it's just really sad what happens to him. You kind of feel bad for him, but at the same time, not really, because the affair thing, like, really, dude. But you feel for him because, again, he became Two-Face, and Gotham destroyed him, and then he finally got to heal from that, and he just gets pulled in again. Just like Crane, he got pulled in again. They just have a hard time saying no to that dark side of themselves. And I just love how this story also does that thing with studying the very dark side of Gotham. It was a very well done comic book. And Harvey Dent, you definitely feel mixed with him, kind of like Crane. You feel very mixed with Two-Face in this story, but you feel bad for him too in a way. It's interesting how they did it. So if they were to ever do a live action movie like Scarecrow, I would love if they were to do this comic book. But for sure, they gotta change it up because, Two-Face, his origin story and all that, it would have to be changed up for sure. But this comic book, I just love it. It's one of my favorite Two-Face stories ever. I think actually it's the most favorite one I've ever read, I think, because it really does explore the psychological mind of Two-Face, which is really well done. I love that because, again, he has two personalities. It's so cool how the comic does it. So yeah, I just love DC, guys. I'm having a little phase right now with DC, but I just love these old stories. I just love how they go with the villains, like how they do the backstories to all these villains and all that. It's so intriguing to read. I love it. Oh my god, I love these stories so much, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, it's over today, guys. I'll see you with a brand new video very soon. Peace out.